Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to Srimad Bhagavatam Study Circle, and I'll be very happy if you all can turn on your videos. Prakat huiye, please appear. Let's just make some adjustments. So we will start with prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyati Deshatarine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindhobhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome. Very happy to be with all of you this afternoon for the Srimad Bhagavatam study circle. Right? We are going to discuss a very special section, and we are going to enter into the pastimes of one section, the section of Dhruv Maharaj. Now, what's very special about the section of Dhruv Maharaj is said that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when Gadadhar Pandit would recite the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will want to hear this pastime hundreds of times. Dhruva, Prahlad, both times you want to hear, right? So before this, we just discussed the dynasty of irreligion. So we discussed about dynasty of religion. We started with brahmacharis. So some starting was very auspicious. The all brahmacharis, they all not have dynasty of children. And then comes the dynasty of religion, and now comes Dhruva Chitra. So we're entering that section of the fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So requesting devotees to kindly volunteer to read as and when I request you to. Priyavratotana Uttana Padam Sharupapate Shutam Vasudevasya Kalya Kshayam Jagatastitam. Would like to read? Currently offline devotees are taking time to come. So I have only all of you. So you can all volunteer to read. Who would like to read? Please digitally raise your hand. You'll get a chance to read. So prior to this, Akuti, Prasuti, and Devahuti, their dynasty. Devahuti was done in third canto. Devahuti is done. Ladies first. So all the ladies are done. Akuti was done. And then Prasuti. Prasuti is daughter Sati did not have a child. And then we went to the Daksa, the episode of Daksha. This was all done. Please come, Prabhu. So I think I got along. So all outstanding offline devotees come. All here together. So great. Okay, no problem. Good. We started. Okay, so I have offline devotees read on. Anyone wants to be chances here? The 4, 8, 7. 4th canto, 8 chapter, 7 sloka. क्यों नहीं clear? I'm not understanding. Is not clear? Humble. Prabhu, aap le aap. So 380 income Amshali ho chukka hai. That is done, and now we're going to read. Please read. Please read.
मनोहेट संस्पत्वाय Shatrughna named Kashyapa. He named the sons Uttanapad and Priyavara. Because both of them were descendants of a primary expansion of Vasudeva, the supreme personality of Godhead. They were very competent to rule the universe, to maintain and protect the citizens.
So see here, Swayambhu Manu and Shatarupa. So when these two had come, previously this mentioned, Brahmaji was wondering, अरे सब कुछ creation मैं ही करूंगा क्या? अपने को भी सब काम करना पड़ता है. So when he desired like that, that is the time there was one male female form. These two were generated and were Manu and Shatarupa. So Manushya Jati, say right? Human beings, mankind, and all this comes from the word Manu. So Manu and Shatarupa were a couple. Okay, and then they united, produced 3 daughters ki Mangali hoi. Devti is done, Aati is done, Sakti is done. So they become mixed now. So now the two sons are Uttanapad, Priyavara. So both Swayambhu Manu. Swayambhu Manu is not an ordinary soul. He is a plenary expansion of Vasudeva. Kala, Shakala. He is having that power, the potency. Correct? So he is Ajan. At the same time, he is one of the avatars, mantra avatar, all this. So definitely have the concept. Both of them could rule the entire India universe to maintain and protect the citizens. So that was a power they had. And that is what they say, kiska bachcha hai? Kisa bachcha hai. Matters, things. Okay. Purport?
But besides this king, Uttanapad and Priyavara were specifically empowered by the supreme personality of Godhead. Another great king, Rishabh, who was the supreme personality of God himself.
Yeah. So Rishabdev, he also ruled the citizens. And later on he takes sannyas and he exhibits the dharma of a yogi. He takes nilkalpasamadhi, all these things we hear. To set ideas and you believe in. That is an inspiration from. On the other hand, here, what is important is Uttanapad and Priyavara. We don't see the Uttanapad and Priyavara went to MBA college to learn administration and management. And hear that. Vedic times, many things worked on empowerment. It was not that, these two Uttanapad studied very nicely, they went to coaching class. Bora coaching class, Bora classes. Then they cracked the entrance exam, studied in the IIT, and they got all their skills. No, it was not like that. It was empowerment. Yes, the blessings of Supreme Lord, blessings of great soul. How did Bali become powerful? You think he went to gym? Gym गया था. अरे gym जाके powerful बना. क्योंकि push-up crunches ना खाके, protein खाके बना, protein shake. How he became? Just by playing is good. So that is the principle. He pleased Brahmana, he pleased Guru and became very empowered. So that is the principle. Right? Okay. So empowerment is very important. Similarly, so what lesson we have to learn from this is we have to collect blessings. Service to great souls, collecting things. Associate, serve great souls and keep collecting blessings. And one thing we should not collect is what? Dash. So, curses we should not. If you cannot collect any blessings, don't collect. We can't be successful first. Wicked to maintain curse. So curse means everything. You see, because curse, everything is destroyed. Any example, somebody empowered and became great. I gave you some examples. Any examples you can think of? Only आप भी बोल सकते. Yeah, very good. He was empowered by Shiv because he saw that vetat tat tatra saumyatvam vishtataragrahat viyus nigdasya shishnasya duravo kulyam apyata. He heard very attentively, so very attentive, and he was very submissive to Guru. See that he empowered him. And Shukdev says, the 12th canto, there's a verse where he says that in future now, Suta Goswami is going to speak the Bhagavatam in Naimisharanya. He predicts. He'll go and speak now. I'm giving to some audience, he's going to go and give to bigger audience. My Katha was for 7 days. His Katha program is going to be for 1000 days. 1000 years, sorry. 1000 years. Yes, and if a guru wants, he can empower the disciple much more than his ability, capability. Empowerment. Mahaprabhu empowered Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada said Mahaprabhu preached only in India. Sri Sai was leaving half. Yes. Why did he want to do it as service for us? He empowered us to do that. Empowerment. Next. He previously in voices also, we used to have, so nowadays it's not there. Previously, there used to be empowerment ceremony. Yes, every new year starts, there will be empowerment ceremony. You have seen this? PM empowerment, somebody becomes project manager. And all viewers come, he is going to project manager, he is give Ireland. Avisham personally, Ireland said, oh. And he said, oh, he is going to be OC. See, this is going to be PC, record. So that's how the year will begin. They don't miss that. We seriously miss that. So that, in fact, can you imagine sitting in the assembly? Every was minded also, the whole diverse family. Would have been something total. Milak saw. Yes, we knew each other. Every devotee knows every other devotee in all voice. Hum sabko jante the. And then later on preaching expanded so much. Good news also. But empowerment ceremony I am seeing. Empowerment ceremony. इधर कोई meeting है तो तू बताएगा को उसको that to मैं guess somebody become nobody knows also. It was the day. It was when so we have lived those days. Yeah. Together we'll decide. Jai Uttana Padasya Sumita Surchisiyo Suchilesi Tyur Netarayat Sutodvaha. Yeah, who can read? Online, somebody ready? किसी को one है? One है prabhuji, लेकिन yes, yes, चलो हरेश. Literally this, हाँ? हरेश को दिख गया मुझे.
Hare Krishna.
Go ahead, Prabhuji.
King Uttanpada had two queens named Sunuti and Suruchi. Suruchi was much more dear to the king. Sunuti, who had a son named Dhruva, was not his favorite.
Hare Krishna. Actually, His Grace Gaur Gopalpur had come to Pune to give much more big session. He had come to ACC and he had taken the session of Dhruv Maharaj. Was a maiden class, perfect class. So he was talking, Uttanapad is a saying all of very beautifully taught. Is the Jatma. Is he all of us? And everything has two wives or two options in his life. What's Suniti? What does Niti mean? Morality. And Suniti means principle. Yes. Suniti is the path of principle. And what is Suruchi? Yes, that's the path of pleasure. So these two options are always there in Jiva's life. Whether to go after principle, to go after pleasure. The intelligence usually is attached to principle. The mind usually is attached to yes. And which is more dear to the king, that is all of us. See, Suruchi was much more dear. See, much. Prabhupada is very, very brilliant in choosing words. Much more dear. Matlab you cannot compare. He is not saying that, okay, Uttanapad likes Suruchi more than Sunit. Company hai. Surutika. So much more dear to king than Sunit. Suniti had a son named Dhruva. And what does Dhruva means? Yes, determination. You don't get determination by pleasures. You get determination one, then stick to it. That's the whole thing. So I cannot forget this. This was his Bhagavatam shloka, and he spoke. Amazing. They are not his favorite. And nobody likes sweetie. What is who take head? What will you give? Determination and all these things, all the good virtues, what is going to give you? It is Suniti will give you. Suruchi may not look good. Suruchi looks attractive. Yes, but it's Suni that's going to take you ahead and not Suruchi. Suruchi will pin you down in material world. But Mahesh, go on. Let's see how big is the puppet. Yeah, so it's not so big. Go on, Prabhu.
The great sage Maitreya wanted to describe the pious activities of the king. Priyavrata was the first son of Swambhuva Manu, and Uttanpada was the second. But the great sage Maitreya immediately began to speak of Dhruv Maharaj, the son of Uttanpada, because Maitreya was very eager to describe pious activities. The incidents in the life of Dhruv Maharaj was very attractive for devotees.
Okay, we will just discuss. You can continue. We'll just discuss. So Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said, it gives a Vihavangavalok, which means a bird eye view. So it lists all things, all things, all things. Priya was elder, but because Dhruva and Uttanpada is younger son, and you will find out in the next canto of Bhagavatam, 5th canto, that Priya Maharaj had gone to Sanya. After that, what happens to suspect, we will see. But the point is, Priya Maharaj did not want to accept. He wanted self-realization path. So he went, he accepted Guru Narad Muni. Narad Muni is expert. He is a brahmachari maker. He was a brahmachari maker. See, Vedic, how it was, somebody comes to Kumar. Sri Kumar, lifelong Narad is not yes. Sannyas usually awarded to whom? Was come through the Sasha. He is awarded sannyas. Whereas there are Thir Kumaras. We saw in the first verse, 4.8 point. They were all brahmacharis. So Priyavrat Maharaj also became, he chose Thir Kumar path. And Swambhu Manu absolutely please get some battling. Correct. So, but Paramuni did not want to discuss. He discussed with Maharaj. About the moment a great Mahabharata comes, great Hindu comes, run Zoom. So, Abram zooms to the temple so that we all get lessons. Right? It's very eager to describe the past activity of Dhruva Maharaj flying. We have to do terminations. Yeah. Continue, Mahesh. See, that is why the people are keeping name as by Dhruva's fixed, determined. We keep that name.
From his pious actions, one can learn how one can detach himself from material possessions and how one can enhance one's devotional service by severe austerities and penances. By hearing the activities of pious Dhruva, one can enhance one's faith in God and can directly connect with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And thus, one can very soon be elevated to the transcendental platform of devotional service. The example of Dhruv Maharaj austerities can immediately generate a feeling of devotional service in the hearts of the hearers.
Right. Thank you. So you find here Prabhupada, before even entering the section, he knows he's going to enter into Dhruv Charitra. He is giving what you will get. Fashruti pehle diya. Bhagavatam gives Fashruti in the end. But Bhagavata gives Falashruti in the beginning only. ये पति आने वाला है आपके पास, please. इतना benefit. Just dedicate this quote to one person. ये पढ़ के क्या मिलेगा? Let us see what. This just meditate on what you're going to get. Detachment from material possessions. Very tough. See, we are hearing Bhakti Vedanta class. Our teacher was teaching us. So he said that we have different modalities which we have to purify before we go to God. List one of them. There is mentality of bhokta, which is enjoyment, which is easy to give up. Now, but it's easy. But difficult than the mentality of enjoyment is to give up the mentality of controlling. More difficult than to keep the mentality of control in is to give up the mentality of being a proprietor. And more difficult than to give up the mentality of proprietor is to give up the mentality that I am Suhridam Sarvabhutanam. Oh, I am the most well-wishing. I am your well-wisher. One can say that out of all humility. Before saying that, what has Prabhupada to your insignificant bed? Isn't that also? Both dikhna Akini Bhagavad Dharma. We don't say it, we also record Vishwa. That is leave Prabhupada, nobody else. Nobody else has got that to write it. Right, yes. At most, you are well-wisher. We can write our well-wisher. University, bhai. Right? So you see, material ये मुश्किल है ना proprietorship. Often many devotees they went to the path of realization. Or you can say yogis. They got split enjoyment like start enjoyment. Some of the Vishwamitra got with controlling. Those who control planets. Some of them they got stuck with proprietorships. Proprietorship mentality भी काफी लोग आते हैं. Of pride. Yeah, he did. That is, he was very clear what he wanted to do. Maharaj, how much but he got caught. So all these things circles with by simply taking in absorbing this second, we can get rid of this mentality. And then how one can enhance in devotional service by severe austerities and penances. Fortunately, in Kali Yuga, at least in the mission of the Prabhupada and Mahaprabhu's movement, we don't have to do so many severe austerities penances. Itna hai kya? Itna hai kya? And come on, prabhuji. He was very upset. Kya ho gaya? Oh, fasting, prabhuji. So immediately, Prabhupada, 12 o'clock fasting. And definitely, she also, prabhuji, what is this, folks? So, this is what after every fasting, feasting hota hai ki nahi tumhara hai. That happens. Fasting bhi hota hai. So there's fasting, sometimes fasting, that's a devotee. So what to understand, you have to understand is one thing that we have that severe austerity. We should feel fortunate that Hamare Guru ne, he has not told us go to forest 6 months, 3 months, first you eat fruits and fruits, next you eat dried leaves, then only water once in 9 days, then only air once in 12 days. इतना बोला पांचवें महीने वो भी नहीं, छठे महीने भगवान आ जाएंगे. So we don't have to do so much. What we are told. No, so that's what this enhances. और हमको इतना मुश्किल नहीं. Prabhupada told chant and be happy. That's all. Because austerity we have to do is follow 4 rings. And penance is doing our japa in morning. Yes. Prabhupada says you should do japa in morning. नहीं होता तो at least by 12 p.m. Prabhupada says. दोपहर के 12 बजे तक at least we should complete our japa. Not to our devotees target 12 a.m. हमारा PM का AM कर दिया. But it's actually 12 a.m. 12 बजे खत्म. Yes. So that is one thing you have to do. Material possession mentality, bhakti बढ़ जाएगी. Next, by hearing the activities of Payatro can increase one's faith in God. भगवान का faith बढ़ता है. Because if you do your sadhana, you will get Krishna. He got Guru. See, he went to forest, he got Guru. It's Krishna's arrangement. So we develop faith in Krishna. We develop faith that Krishna is eager to take us back. अगर हम थोड़ा sincerity देंगे, हमारे life में गुरु आएंगे, devotees आएंगे, and they will arrange something to take us back. Thus you can connect with. हम भी connect हो सकते भगवान से. And then come to transcendental. One more thing. Last point was very good for me. So it's nice. What is the last point saying? The example of Dhruv Maharaj's austerity can immediately generate feeling of devotion in hearts of hearers. But on the other hand, hearing the austerities of Hiranyakashipu, you may not develop that. There's so many people who did austerity. Saubari, Hiranyakashipu. Anyone? Huh? Vishwamitra. But that may not give us bhakti. But Dhruva's tapasya will give us bhakti because he is a Bhagavad. Yes, we have to understand. He's a devotee. So devotee कुछ भी करे, you will get bhakti. Fact or not? Some of them can see Prabhupada spitting orange seeds. Was eating orange and spitting seeds. Seeing that one person became you. आपके गुरु उसको टेस्ट किया क्यों? अरे थूकते हो तो सीधा थूक और वो सीड जाके बास्केट में गिरता है. हमेशा एक भी मिस नहीं हुआ. He got attracted to Prabhupada's spitting. Another person, Prabhupada, when he was landing in US, there was another person there. He was related to Prabhupada. Prabhupada looking high. After 5 years, he was brahmachari in his country. Join of you. That is the power and potency of Prabhupada, right? There was one lady who served Prabhupada fruits in the flight. Prabhupada was not wanting to take anything. He was just chatting, Krishna, softly, slowly, he was doing his japa. She can please have something. Finally, she cut fruits and brought and offered it. See, she has service attitude. So one devotee told this pastime in a Bhagavatam class. One old lady stood up. She said, "Oh lady, my she was initiated devotee." So somehow we get attracted to anything, any aspect of Prabhupada. Most of them hippies got attracted to Prabhupada's bullets. Prabhupada knew इन लोगों को कैसे capture करना है प्रसाद के साथ. Prabhupada put a lot of gulab jamun and keep in one bucket, gate. So many of them would just come to temple to fill up the gulab jamuns, ISKCON bullets. They will bring the dabba, fill up the dabba, go and keep eating. खत्म हो गया, चलो वापस चलो मंदिर. उसी बहाने मंदिर आता था. So anything connected to pure Vaishnava is something which is divine. It's amazing. So we have to sum. That's the prasangam ajaram pasham atmane kaviyo vidu. Saiva sadhu shikruto. Somehow or the other we get attached to a sadhu. It initially it may be an attraction, but the real attached to sadhu is sound vibration. What the sadhu is giving us. But anyways, but even we hearing Guru Maharaj's tapasya, because that tapasya is connected to Krishna. Because that tapasya involves kayena vacha manasendriyava buddhyatmanava prakriti svabhava karomi yadyat sakaram parasmai narayana iti samarpaya. He was doing and following an honest path. What Guru told him to do the austerities, he did. Passion is. इसको ऐसा तपस्या देंगे. That's what Prabhupada also did, right? He engaged the passion of devotees. He engaged the passion of devotees fully in service. Come on, go out, Harima, go for distribution. What is the use of you Americans if you cannot establish Pandal groups? Remember Pandal plan for. And they did it. They did Prabhupada. Right? So Prabhupada always challenged and increased the remembrance of Krishna. Prabhupada never talked about Leelas. Back to each other. Just meditate on Krishna playing the flute. His meditation was go out and do some service. When you go out to distribute books, you go to tell someone about Krishna, you automatically are remembering Krishna, right? Why am I here? I am here to represent Krishna. I am here to give Krishna to others. Next. Thank you, Mahesh, who one here offline can read. Ekada suruche putram ankam marodan shantam dhruvam raja pranam.
King Ikshvanadu was starting the son of Suruchi, Uttama placing him on his lap. Dhruva Maharaj was also trying to get upon the king's lap, but the king did not very much welcome him.
So Dhruva Maharaj was also trying to get on the lap of king. King's lap matlab kya? King कहाँ बैठा है? गद्दी पे. भले lap दो है ना? Here, how many laps he has? How many sons he has? How many wives he has? सब two. So दो lap, एक son को एक lap, दूसरा को दूसरा lap. Possible. The king did not very much welcome him. Can anyone say why? So obvious. Not very much welcome. Yeah, Suruchi will feel bad. Because in this world, everybody wants exclusive. Mera beta hi. Like the boon of Kaikeyi. Mera beta hi. Raja banega. Ram, forest. 14 is out. So then Shraddha was renewed. Ram can birth every birth thing, anything Ram. That and none not. Submit. Ram also should go out. Schools, that means punishment. What? This is the nature of evil or insecurity. You want to uplift your Atmaja, some product that you connect with, and you want to penalize the other. Okay? What is okay? Uttama becomes the king. Let him also take a lap. Okay, first you take Uttam, second you take through. Flying, first number. Second name, fail. Flying, fail. This is the nature. So king knew that if I do this, then Suruchi will not be happy. And my enjoyment will be. His goal of life is to please Suruchi. Suruchi should be happy. Because patting Uttam also, why? Suruchi will be happy. My son feels bad. He's calm. Hare Krishna. यहाँ से story start होती है. This is the turning point. Imagine Uttanapad would have taken through also. कोई बात नहीं, done. There's no story after this, right? कहानी नहीं है आगे. There's no story at all. So this is that turning point. Every place has a tipping turning point, right? In Mahabharata, what is the turning point? Draupadi Vastram. I finished it. Shah said that the moment Draupadi's hairs were loosened, this was stated in Bhagavad. Draupadi's hairs were loosened, all the assembled kings, their lives were sucked away. Draupadi's hair loosened and that his prans were removed. That was what we hear. And then it was the point of Ravana. Ravana's point बहुत चालू थी उसको. His tipping point was on the 9th day of the war he didn't return Sita. That time also that fellow rascal had ego. I'll not give. He's telling Shiva, इसको मार दूँ बच्चे. Shiva is telling one surrender. तुम्हें क्या करना है बोलो जा. Go and surrender. Then I will not surrender. Die. That's it. What else can be there? Uncompromising. So this is the turning point in the past time. अब तक कहानी सब सही चल रहा. There's no problem. क्या? 10. तथा चिकीर्षमाणन पाणं तं सपत्यास्तनयं ध्रुवं सुरुचि शृण्वतो राज्ञः शीर्षम् आहमधिगरु.
While the lion, Maharaj, was trying to get on the lap of his father, Suruchi, his stepmother, became very envious of the child. And with a great pride, she began to speak so as to be heard by the king of Suruchi.
Wow. Loud voice, mic के साथ, mic लेके बात करते. So 2 anarthas are mentioned here. Envious. That he is trying to sit on knife of its lap. He is also the son of Uttanapad. What is the problem? Nine. And she had pride. Why the pride? Because I am the favorite. I am the favorite. And Dhruv as such is a child. They don't understand all these anarthas. Pride क्या है, envy क्या है, सब नहीं पता उनको. They don't. Oof. So she was speaking, so king also hears. तुम भी सुनो. सबको बोलते हैं. Now if you see the purport, you will heard some things. Purport?
The king, of course, was equally pathetic toward both his sons.
Chalo, continue.
Uttama and Puma, so he had a natural inclination to take Puma, as well as all its left. But because of his reputation toward his queen, he could not welcome Puma Maharaj, despite his feelings. King Uttan.
Okay. One. We'll pause slowly, little by little, much. Okay. Favoritism. Can you give some examples of people who were destroyed because of showing favoritism? Examples in history. Favoritism led to destruction. आप लेके आते तो ठंडा रहते.
Sure.
Like पानी लेना लेखने वाले. I'll tell you need to pay. Yes, Prabhupada. Yes, Dhritarashtra had favoritism towards Duryodhana, and that's what destroyed. Destroyed religions. Very good. Then anybody else? Dasharath Maharaj also had certain favoritism towards Kaikeyi. He also had favoritism. Our Chitraketu Maharaj, he had favoritism towards Kritadviti because she gave him that son. And all other co-wives, they became envious. And they killed the son. बच्चे भी मार दिया. But अब तू हटे बराबर. So in Shastras again and again we see the favoritism. Favoritism is natural, yes. Natural है. But हमें वो favoritism दिखाना नहीं. Our actions should not show. Then what will happen? It will attract envy of others. Or it may attract, it will make the person whose favorite is proud. अरे ये फेवरेट स्टूडेंट है, स्टूडेंट है, मेरे टीचर का क्लास है, तो क्या जो बोल रहा बोल ले. He become, so that is also spoiling the son. Yes, correct. So favoritism is it's natural, but it should not be executed in one's actions and speech. Then problem comes there. जब आप favoritism exhibit करते हो, right? Go on.
King Uttanpa's feelings was understood by Suruchi, and therefore did read right. She began to speak about the
1 minute, huh? 1 minute. Gaurang Sama material is going to come before that. Sahil Patil Prabhu says the Dhritarashtra Duryodhan very good. Poundrup is the example of what Kalyan Mutrak. What context? I'm not able to understand. Karnat Duryodhan. Karna was as such. He was having material gratitude towards Duryodhana after getting the kingdom. Favoritism is something. Karna in one sense owed his life to Duryodhana. Yes, he had a material sense of gratitude. Or you can say friendship, material friendship. Favoritism comes when you have certain people under you. See the context. You have certain people under you, in that you are having favorite. Yes. The teacher has to be equal to students. Even our parents have to be equal towards each other. They have to deal equal. Favorite होगा ही. Some parents clearly commented, हमारा बड़ा बेटा हमारा weakness है, क्यों हमारा favorite है. That's fine, but don't discriminate children. You should treat them equally. Now comes. Can you read again?
ये comment अगर बलराम के लिए हो तो is it
Balaram and Duryodhana. Okay, now it's come just now. Balaram and Duryodhana. See, Balaram did not have favoritism towards Duryodhana. Bilkul. Duryodhana, Balaram is the Adi Guru, spiritual Guru. He is the original Guru. But Duryodhana was attracted only to the material aspect of it. Beautiful picture of his grace, Vishnu. So he is attracted to the material aspect of strength. And he was disciple with him only for that. And not for spiritual related things. Oh, this is the Duryodhana mentality. And Balramji, of course, he also considered Duryodhana to be his, one of his students. But it is not that he had favoritism towards him or anything. No, nothing. Balramji got upset because Bhima broke the rule. Then when Krishna took care, then Balramji went. It's okay. He was there. Krishna was there to handle it. So there is no question of favoritism there. And similarly, you would not find that Krishna had favoritism towards Arjuna. He respected. Arjuna was a friend. दो बड़े थे, दो छोटे थे, और वो equal थे. So the friendship is very natural. So now Yudhishthira Maharaj never, Radhesham was telling in the recent class, right? Yudhishthira Maharaj never told, oh, you spoke 700 shlokas to Arjuna. Speak some Jyoti Nampu, please. उनका तुम सारथी बोल, श्लोक भी उसको बोला सारथी. अरे मेरा भी थोड़ा बन रहा, हमारा भी थोड़ा युधिष्ठिर सारथी प्रभु की जाए, like पार्थ सारथी प्रभु, like that युधिष्ठिर सारथी. Tomorrow दीक्षा देंगे इस्कॉन में तो he'll be भीम सारथी, युधिष्ठिर सारथी. Why only पार्थ सारथी? Like that, never like, they never felt like that. So they knew their relationship. They were their friends. On the other hand, Krishna would respect him and Dronacharya, kind of, yes, he had his favoritism. But that favoritism he had because Arjuna showed those qualities. He had that qualities. Okay, next. Please read.
King Uttamapaz again was understood by Suruchi, and therefore with great pride she began to speak about king's affection for her. This is the nature of woman. If a woman understands that her husband regards her as a favorite and is especially affectionate to her, she takes undue advantage. These symptoms are visible even in such an elevated society as the family of Swambhuva Manuka. Therefore, it is concluded that the feminine nature of woman is present everywhere.
Hare Krishna. Can we have Shastric proofs where wives took undue advantage? Kaikeyi, Diti. Kaikeyi also took advantage. Diti took advantage how many times? 2 times. Once for producing Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, and second Maruts for the Pumsaman. There also she served him very nicely and I'll give you blessing answer. So Kashyap Muni was 2 times he had to put his habituated with his woman second time. Ajamila to the prostitute. She made him fall down practically. He gave up all Brahmanical culture, started eating meat, drinking wine, stealing, robbing, and all these things, right? Because she understood he's attached to me. Pura loot liya. Ajamila's wife. His name is also Bhagavatam doesn't want to take her name also. She's called Aisha only. Her name was not Bhagavatam. I heard so many sons, I think 10 sons. So one name. That is what only they have kept. बाकी कोई नाम दिया नहीं भाई, जानने की जरूरत नहीं तुम लोग. So nobody. What are the other 9 names of Ajamil's child? What was his wife's name? Bhagavatam जितना बताता नहीं जाने की इच्छा रखो. He was definitely there. He also made मन को सब करना मतलब जो even today I have seen people who are Brahmanical, they will not, wherever they go, they will not touch meat. They have the principles. They have it. No, we are vegetarians. I don't take meat. They strictly follow. Ajamil ko गिराया मतलब he is taken undue advantage. Anyone else? They took advantage. I don't think so. They genuinely helped each other. He was allowed, but he got lusty towards Sarmishta. He didn't follow authority. That was on. He didn't check with authority before doing that thing. It's not child level. Anyways, still property. Purnama Urvashi was least bothered. She went on school. She was least bothered. Yeah, she was least concerned what that for. In fact, she gave my address bhul ja mere. Kuch nahi milne. You get attached to anyone, you are going to get things, she said. And I want you. They go to Pune and ask for motion. Height of functions. This is called one-sided law. वो चली गई. She was done. Her desires were fulfilled. She went. ऐसा हो गया. Undue advantage. ठीक है. Nice, good one. So this is, we have to understand that any kind of favoritism you sow, your subordinate will take, not only just wife and husband, your subordinate will show that undue advantage. You start bullying others. होता है इसका आदमी. People do it. Please, अरे आप पता कौन किसका आदमी है? इसका नाम ना है. इसका आदमी है. So people do all that stuff, and that brings out bad quality. So our favoritism brings out bad quality. Arjuna, favoritism, Dronacharya never brought out bad quality of it. So what was soul? And Krishna also says, Arjuna, your sampad is Devi sampad. You are going to fight the enemies, you are the sampad. He said, he confirmed. Right? Okay. Navatsat Nripater Dishnam Navakanaro Purudharati Nagrihi Nayatvam Shavapinatmajaha. Who's having the mic right now? Is Satyabhama favorite for Krishna? Why? Krishna loved all his wives and he expanded equally to reciprocate with all, but the chief queen is always Rukmini. See, Krishna can show favoritism. There's no problem. Because he can show favoritism at the same time please everyone. He can satisfy all. Jiva legs cannot show favoritism. You show favoritism imitating Krishna, you'll be fit. Imagine instead of people say, "Oh, why Krishna at 16,100?" If you had what you would have done, you would died. What they would have died of bankruptcy. सबको करना है वगैरह. Will be coordinated. We won't be able to maintain. Can't maintain. So never compare it with Krishna and show favoritism and keep everyone satisfied. Krishna can. Otherwise, Krishna sweat copy. But at the same time, he allowed to everyone is satisfied. And people know that. Krishna only they knew Rukmini is chief queen. But Krishna kept everyone happy. So that Lord can do. We cannot keep anyone happy. In management, the first rule what we are taught, don't try to please everyone. You cannot please everyone. Somebody will be displeased. You make decision, majority may be happy. Some of them say, ऐसा का support. ऐसा का कर. ये बहुत है. Feel happy. That's the nature of Jiva's management. Yeah. Now we recited the shloka. Somebody would like to read?
Translation. Queen Suruchi told Dhruva Maharaj, "My dear child, you do not deserve to sit on the throne or on the lap of the king. Surely you are also the son of the king, but because you did not take your birth from my womb, you are not qualified to sit on your father's lap."
हद हो गई ये तो. You don't deserve. My dear child. It's there. What's dear child? Prabhupada is putting it dear child. You do not deserve to sit. तुम्हारी औकात नहीं. So much hurting it. But I'm also a prince. That's true. But are you from my womb? You take birth from my womb? No. So you are not qualified to sit. You don't have the qualification. The qualification to sit on the king's lap only when you take birth from. So sometimes it will happen like that. Whose disciple you are? I am Guru Maharaj disciple. Oh, you are not qualified to preach. You go wash pots. You are qualified to preach only if you have taken initiation from my Guru Maharaj. Some people have like you were qualified to come in management only if you are a disciple of my Guru Maharaj. So people have this mindset, Suruchi mindset, it's called. Dhritarashtra also. Dharma kshetre kurushete samaveta yodsava mamaka kima kurvata Sanjaya. So he was very, very self-conscious. Correct? So this particular mentality, nepotism. There's nepotism. Are you from my womb? So this mentality is there. So once there was a person traveling on a road. From well, there was sound coming. So this person went there and he put a rope and he was pulling out this person. While pulling out this, they started talking. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, are you from India? They were in some Western country, Canada, something like that. Yes, I am from India. Sir, I am also from. Very good. Hey, North India or South India? He said South India. Very good. I am also from South India. It pulled him a little bit more. There is South India, Brahmin, non-Brahmin. He says, Brahmin. Come on. Vaishnava or Shaivite? So Vaishnava. Vadakale, Tenkale. Vadakale. I am Tenkale. It's just a joke. Just a joke. Don't take it otherwise. Just a joke. But the point what we have to understand in this world, there's so much of commonality. People focus on difference. So the mentality reflected. Kitna kuch common hai? Oh, that was his duty. Yeah, now is it duty or not? The chanting Hare Krishna, youth, roti, grata, divorce. How many distinctions do we make? Unnecessarily? So we have to learn to be broad-minded. Right? We have to be broad-minded. It's very important. If you have to live in a community, we have to be broad-minded. We can't be narrow-minded in a community. Yeah, just read the purport and we'll conclude for today.
Purport. Queen Suruchi proudly informed Dhruva Maharaj that to be the king's son was not the qualification for sitting on the lap or throne of the king. Rather, this privilege was dependent on one's having taken birth from her womb. In other words, she indirectly informed Dhruva Maharaj that although he happened to be born of the king, he was considered an illegitimate son because of his birth from the womb of the other queen.
Illegitimate son मतलब क्या पता है?
Nagar.
नाजायज औलाद. How heavy it is. Now, what is a small baby going to understand about all this? Illegitimate son. So she treated him like this. So this kind of treatment we can even we can do like this. It may happen. It can happen in our setting or not. हो सकता है कि नहीं हो सकता? हाँ कि नहीं? बोलो. हो सकता है. This devotee is staying in our center, but he is from that temple, not from our temple. So we will not give him good facility. Ha ha ha. It's our boys, we give them very good facility. Other boys, no facility. Prabhu, please, doing like that. So this kind of mentality comes in and treating them like illegitimate son. ऐसे नहीं करना चाहिए. Should not do like that. So it's a wrong mentality. Correct? Even Bhakti Tirth Maharaj, he said that even in those days, he went to Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, devotee, we say we are not body, we are soul, but some of them are treating me like, they're telling me I'm black. Prabhupada said, if you believe you are black, then you are all in Maya. And you believe it, you're getting acted, then you're also in Maya. That was very encouraging. But no, let me be in good consciousness. To go beyond black, white, Vaishnava, Jati, Burir, some materially categorizing Vaishnavas is something which is not proper. It's a hellish mentality, Sharas. Right? Okay, Prabhus, we can pause here and we can take up if there are any questions based on what we discussed. So bookmark Prabhus, इसको 12 पे bookmark कर दो, Harsh Prabhu. 12. Any questions, queries, comments? बोलना है क्या? Yes.
Yesterday, Rasham children receivers, Bharat Maharaj wrote for the for that Sudat of this year. So in that class, I had that question. Like you said, Prabhupada also your river rendition. And Radhesham Prabhu said, Surat is only Krishna. Krishna is the river rendition of everyone. So Prabhupada is telling, I am river rendition of everyone. So he is also telling what Krishna is telling. So then why Prabhupada is not caught up like Bharat Maharaj? What I want to understand.
Yeah, so for that purpose, we have to understand the position of Prabhupada. So Prabhupada has multiple times revealed who is he in the spiritual world. Prabhupada has proven with his own activity, he has come to prophesy a verdict of Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhupada proved it, that he is the Sanapati Bhakta of Nityananda Prabhu and Mahaprabhu. Got it, right? So he is proved through his acts. He is being sent here. That is why I say his divine grace. So when he is carrying his divine grace, everywhere to say I am your. Because he is representing his divine grace. Got it, right? And he has proven it. So he has come to tell what Krishna told to tell. Krishna is telling him, tell you, I am your will. And he is one. So pure devotees of the Lord can act as a representative of Lord and on behalf of Lord. There is nothing wrong. And the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, they act on behalf of Srila. Even when I got my first initiation, I clearly remember what my spiritual master said. He first smiled, I smiled even more. Mara also looked and he smiled. Then I went and sat down right in front of my dhoti touching Maharaj's dhoti. Maharaj, first you, thank you very much. He smiled again, I also smiled. Then he became serious. He didn't even see the list. नाम नीचे क्या है देखा भी नहीं. मेरा next page था नाम. On behalf of Srila, I give you the name Sanatana Dharma. That was the moment, glorious moment. So it was on behalf of, I can see that how Prabhupada acted on behalf of Krishna, and of course his Guru Maharaj. So these Guru Varga, they are acting on behalf of Srila. So even if they say you are aware of the Vishnu, it is not. Got it? Now when we are having the right consciousness, it's nothing more, because they know that. Prabhupada knew I have to represent Krishna to them. So in that capacity he is written. But that's what now. Before that he's written, you are insignificant beggar also. ठीक है.
They will be in this method world where Krishna is performed pastime, and then he will go back to Godhead. But then Dharasham will say, you can go back to Godhead in this very lifetime also. So then how?
There are quotes. There are quotes by acharyas. There are quotes. We have to understand that this is generally for a Vaidhi sadhana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us the Rag mark. So we are already, what is Tulsi Arti? Tulsi Arti is Raga Bhakti. It's a Raganu Bhakti only. Our is Raga mark only. But we are to Raganu Bhakti. They are doing that. Yes, and the Akagi Raganika Bhakti are following Srila. Right? And you also, those who are Pujaris of Lord, they will go back to God direct. They are in the comedy of Acharyas. Pujari goes back to God in this lifetime. And if a devotee has not rendered that personal service to the deities of the Lord, such a devotee goes to Bhulok Vrindavan, where Krishna is performing Leela. But there is nothing wrong, right? There is also Pulsa world only, right? When there he gets trained. That जो रागों का भक्ति incomplete है उसमें पूरा training करके देने. What is the difference? Does it make any difference? It doesn't. So it takes time. So, but there have been multiple instances where a devotee, Rupa Goswami never restricts us, or even Bhaktivinoda Thakur never restricts. It's not possible. It is generally. Yes, the clearance stage takes a lot of time. It's generally, but it is quite possible to make it back to Godhead in this very letter. Prabhupada says that. What's the definition of a serious devotee who wants to go back to Godhead in this very level? It is possible. Prabhupada says we should have faith. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur is talking about general knowledge. That Prabhupada is a special bhakta. He is a special officer of general of Mahaprabhu's army. So we have a special offer because we are connected to Srila. Correct.
Actually, I am. So that the कोई अगर ये बात करता है, इनमें तो कुछ अच्छा नहीं. कोई चिन्ह कोई भक्ति करता है तो शुभ 3 जनरेशन का कौन बिलो
10, 10, 1.
Yeah, 10. So
Quite good.
So अगर 10 generations हो तो कोई it's not ऐसा कि वो भी करे.
They will get a chance to practice pure devotional service.
So they will not go directly, but they will get a chance to.
We can never say. We cannot say. हम बोल सकते को afterward नहीं आएंगे. We can never. They get a chance. They get a chance to practice pure devotional service. Maybe in this life, maybe next life. They will get. कितने births we have taken. So they get the chance to come in contact with pure devotees. They get a chance to perform pure bhakti. That's they get. Okay, we'll pause. So now, when are you all leaving? कब निकल रहे? कैसे बस किया क्या? So, you'll reach today, right? So, ठीक है. Hare Krishna. Thank you, devotees. पांचा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की समस्त गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. Thank you very much.